Good afternoon, Monday, and a fine day it is. Well, day is almost over. It's after 5. Yep, 5:30. The weather is looking good this week. Maybe cloudy tomorrow, but other than that, they have 178 Fahrenheit. But I don't give much credence to that. It changes every few days, the weather, big changes. So forget it. Well, it finally happened. All of my wonderful budgeting and my taking cash out once a month, I ran out. I ran out of money. I ran out of cash money. I have money. But as I've said in a video, little short video, I take out cash once a month when I get the money for the rent, and I try to live on that. Well, it's only the 18th or 19th, and I'm already out of cash. So I did have an expected, wasn't unexpected, I just didn't know when, an expected expense. And it was 30,000 lek, and I got screen doors for both balconies. I'm not crazy about air conditioning unless I just can't tolerate the heat. But I like a breeze. I'll get a fan most likely. But I like to keep my apartment cool with a wind or a breeze. And the screen doors picks up a lot of that slack without bugs. And I don't mind bugs. I don't like them on me or in my living space is the main thing. So I ordered the screen doors. I asked my landlord, the landlady, who's actually very good, as long as all landlords are pretty good unless you don't ask them for anything. So that's kind of a joke. But I first approached her, said I'd like to get some screen doors. And of course, well, let me talk to my husband. Pretty busy around here. Here's that pickup place for packages, the one in the neighborhood. ADEX, Courier, and Logistics. So that's where I'm standing. Anyway, so I didn't hear from her for about a week, maybe. No, it wasn't even a week. I would never have waited that long. And I said, any word on the screens? I'd like to, I'll pay for them myself, which I was going to do anyway, but I wanted to ask her originally not ask her, just not mention it and see what the reaction would be. So I did that, and I will continue this story in a minute because I'm at this pharmacy that I really like, and I want to go in there. They're not too busy, and they're really busy, and it's usually very small. It's usually busy, and it's small in there, so I want to take advantage. It's right here. It's right around the corner from the ADEX thing. This is it. Pharmacy Lydia. And they're wonderful in there. They have everything. They really do have everything, but it's really small. So that's my local recommendation for that. All right, so where was I before I went into that wonderful pharmacy? So, yes, the screens and the landlord and the husband. So I didn't hear from her. And then I told her I'd pay for it. And she said, okay, well, let me take care of that. So I get a text the next day. I asked her about the price, obviously. And so I get a text the next day, 30,000 lek. I pay everything in lek. This is the national currency, and this is my choice, and it's the currency I get from the bank. So I just use that. And I said, fine. So I ordered them, a screen door on each sliding glass door to each balcony. Because I've done a lot of, it's not a lot of planting for a lot of people. But for me, it's quite a bit of planting from seeds because of the hot peppers, and I wanted to grow cilantro as well, so I'll have a steady supply because it's such a delicate little thing. Anyway, so I hear from her about 10 days later, maybe. Or how did that go? It wasn't 10 days. It was more, I think the next day she said it was going to be 30,000. And I said, yes, definitely. And then I hear from her about 10 days later. And they'll be here like tomorrow. So I said, fine. And, they want to get paid in cash. So they came over, we set a time. And Lek, who is her father-in-law, who kind of takes care, he doesn't take care of the place. I only pay him the rent. He's an older guy and he doesn't really do much. But I like it when he's around, even though he speaks not one word of English. So he comes with the two guys. They're neighborhood guys. Everybody around here, especially where I live, knows everybody. They're all, seriously, childhood friends, even 60, 70, 80-year-olds. They're friends, they're community. So he installs the screen. I pay them, they leave. They were friendly, we had an iced tea and cookies, and I always give them something. And so I go out immediately after they leave and look at the screens. I'm really happy. So the one screen in the main living room is not even attached to the frame. It's waving. You know how when you stretch a screen, it's supposed to be taut? Well, this is not taut. So Albania. So, okay, I go quickly and look at the other one. Well, the other one is pristine. Pristine. Sliding, no problem. Taut. I tell you, I don't know, a teeniest little gnat could not get in there. It was so tight. So I immediately text her and say, look, one screen is great. Try to lead with a good thing. And the other one is not finished yet. It's half of it's wide open and it's flapping in the wind. So she says, okay. She's in London, by the way, or Oxford. And so I hear right back, okay, they're coming now. So they were just across the street talking to the butcher. So they came back up. He refitted the screen. The moral of the story is, why can't you do it right the first time? I don't know what else to say. But anyway, that was the big expense that put my budget back. But it's worth it. It is so worth it. I could just sit there and it's, I'm on the 4th floor and it's nice and cool and it's great. So I don't regret it, but I'm just out of cash.